Look who's back! Long time no upload. It's been a crazy month for me. My PC exploded, then I got it fixed, but only to immediately then leave for Portugal. It got to the point where I'd been off the channel so long, people started to think I was dead. But don't get too excited yet, Dad. I'm still here. I just wish I wasn't, after sitting through Transformers The Last Night. I don't have much of a favoured history with this franchise. In fact, I could probably sum up my general thoughts on each of them with nothing more than a guttural noise. Oh, actually, I didn't see that one. That could be alright, for all I know. The Last Night is fucking dreadful. And you know what the worst part of that sentence is? For the first 5 minutes or so, I actually let myself believe for a second that it wasn't going to be. The movie opens, rather unexpectedly I might add, for someone who didn't really pay attention to any of the trailers or media coverage, in Arthurian England. And I was like, what the hell is this? And then I saw a drunken wizard Merlin summon Mecha Ghidorah to fight alongside the Knights of the Round Table, and I'm thinking, holy shit, am I on board right now with a Transformers movie? The action looked good, the characters maybe even seemed fairly fun, with Merlin actually managing to elicit an intentional chuckle. And the whole thing was dumb and silly enough to be fun. Not good per se, but definitely fun. Hell, 2 hours of this, I'd be well into it, and I even thought we were going to get that for a while when the movie stayed in this setting for way longer than expected. But nah, Mickey had to go and mess with the madness, and we're jarringly cut to 1600 years later, where the whole movie goes tits up. Now I'm going to say something perhaps slightly controversial here. I don't necessarily think Michael Bay is actually a bad filmmaker. In fact, he's very good at blockbuster action when he wants to be. The problem is he just doesn't know how to get off that tone, no matter what the scene or context at the time is. When this film was a fun medieval robot fight movie, the spectacle worked. It was grand enough to make the silliness of it all enjoyable, and clear enough that you could follow what was going on. But then he does this same action directing for the whole movie. I mean, one character is introduced through an epic game of polo. It's fucking polo. Polo is just posh golf, and Michael Bay shoots it like the twats playing or storming the beaches of Normandy. It's all slow-mo, the music is epic, there's a last-ditch effort at a heroic winning strike, and it's like, Jesus Christ, it's just a bunch of rich twats on horses. Really, do we need this? But it's all the time. Two characters can just be having a conversation. They could be talking about soup, and it wouldn't matter. The camera would move around them with such frantic pace you'd think they were in a hurricane on top of an earthquake being shot by a cameraman who can't stop having a wank. Just stay fucking still, Michael lad. Put down the Skittles and step away from the sweetie cupboard. You've had far too much sugar, you dafty. And if the frantic cutting and camera work wasn't bad enough to be confusing, the clusterfuck of a plot certainly was. Half the time I didn't have a clue what the hell was going on. It wasn't that I didn't understand the scenes as I saw them, it's just that the screenplay is all over the place. It jumps from country to country so much you'd think it was Edward Snowden. And I never knew what I was supposed to settle on as being the actual plot. I mean, let me just try and explain half the shit that happens. And spoilers, I guess, but honestly with this one, who the fuck cares? So first it's all like, whoa, King Arthur, yeah, dragons and shit. Then it's modern day and we're in Cuba for like 5 seconds, and then next a war zone somewhere else, and this little girl steps up and she's all like, look at me, I'm gonna be the main character now, for about 20 minutes before the film goes, oh sweetie, no, come back for the last 10 minutes, other than that just disappear please. Then Optimus Prime is all like, I'm gonna go on a religious pilgrimage. Woo, yeah, let's go meet Robot God. And then Robot God is all like, Optimus, take a fucking slap, lad. So she slaps Optimus and he's all like, that hit me so hard, I'm radicalized now. Call me Optimus Aces or some shit like that, I don't know. And you would totally think that it would be a big deal that the main hero of the franchise has a plot point where he's radicalized in this film and becomes a bad guy. But this is literally never an issue again until like 10 minutes from the end of the movie, as Optimus just disappears for 2 hours of the film's runtime before showing up in the closing moments to lay the smackdown on other main robot Bumblebee. Not that it even matters that he comes back, because when he does start slinging digs in the yellow fella's direction, Bumblebee just goes, here, Optimus, don't, then Optimus goes, "That's a fair request," and just stops. Then he's all like, "I'll go save the day now," before killing Robot God and ending the film with the help of the US Army, because of course they're there, since they're always sat at the end of these fucking films, since it's a well-known fact that Michael Bay can't achieve an erection unless he's saluted at least 7 times in the last minute. Somewhere in amongst all that as well, there's some shite about Mark Wahlberg's daughter that goes nowhere. Some British lass is apparently like Merlin's descendant or some shite. And then there's some quote-unquote comedy that basically equals, "Haha, we paid Anthony Hopkins enough money to make him say bitch. Ha! Also, his robot butler said bitch. Ha ha ha. Bitch." Oh, and something about everything being robots. Like, literally everything is robots. Excalibur's a robot. The world is a fucking robot. Your mom's probably a robot. The main takeaway I have from all of it is that none of it sodden matters. It's not so much plot progression as it is just a series of shit going on with no real direction or reason. You could change the order of half the scenes and lose some of them and still get the same end product. It's the equivalent of throwing down some Scrabble pieces and trying to pass off Herfenflack as a legitimate word. Pointless, random, and it's not fooling anyone. That's not even to mention the fact that the friggin' aspect ratio changes every 3 seconds, so if it wasn't bad enough dragging yourself through a hellishly long runtime of 2.5 fucking hours, you also have to watch this shit while black bars flash on and off the screen every 3 seconds like you're witnessing the whole thing through a window owned by a bloke who really can't decide if he should shut his blinds or not. And then to really kick me in the dick, it ends with bloody sequel bait when I'd heard this was the last one. Last night? Pfft. Last shite. So normally I'd cut the video there, but if you follow me on Twitter, you might have noticed I mentioned I'd be talking about a big announcement. And while I'm not going to say exactly what that announcement is just yet, I'll tell you when you can find out more. July 12th. Mark that shit down. Something's coming, and it might not be what you expect. You're going to want to subscribe for this one. And oh, how about this? I think we need a countdown to this, ladies and gents. So how about a new video every fucking day until then? Yeah, that's right. I've got a lot of catching up to do from my time away, so I'm going to work my arse off. At the moment I'm making this, it's currently late Saturday, July 2nd. Though the upload may take us into the next day, whatever. This is my July 2nd video. So, from here on out, I gotta do 10 videos straight. One every single day. Let's see if I can do this. So keep coming back. Have a close eye on the channel. I might even drop some more hints on the big announcement. Oh, and remember,